This is JBigTicket23 from GreenPCGamers.com. In this video, we are going to show you how to upgrade and optimize your HP Z400 workstation for gaming or just to get another 3 to 5 years out of the workstation. So if you've never been to GreenPCGamers.com, you should definitely check it out. We are going to post a link in the description of this video for our HP Z400 blog page on our website. So you can click on that link and it's going to bring you to this page. And so it's going to show you everything that we show you in this video and more. We do processor upgrades, we do memory upgrades, hard drive upgrades, graphics cards, monitors, and other peripherals. We show you a bunch of awesome free content. We don't actually sell you product, but we do give you the part numbers and the tools to go in the open market and buy them. So you can basically upgrade your Z400 based off of your whatever your budget is to do the upgrades. All right, so let's get to our install. Now, this is a 9-year-old workstation. So we have a W3580 processor installed, which is 3.6 gigahertz max turbo frequency, which is a pretty good clock speed. That's what we're looking for when it comes to a processor. We want as high clock speed as possible based off of whatever the workstation is. And again, for a 9-year-old workstation, that's pretty good. We have 24 gig of DDR3 memory. It's going to run at 1333 megahertz. We have a 256 gig solid state drive as our boot device. And then one of the big upgrades that we're going to show you how to install in this video is the 500 gig Samsung 970 NVMe.2 solid state drive with the PCIe adapter. Now the system will not allow this to be a bootable device. That's why we have the other solid state drive as a boot device. But there are definitely reasons why you would want to install that NVMe.2 drive, and we'll share that with you later on in the video. The other big upgrade that we've done in the video is the EVGA NVIDIA GTX 1080 Ti graphics card. That alone is going to get us, it's going to turn the system into a 100 FPS gaming unit. You might be wondering how we were able to install that with a stock power supply. Well, we are not using a stock power supply. We are using a EVGA ATX 700 watt power supply that we have shown you how to install in a previous video. So go ahead and subscribe to our channel. That'll unlock and show you all of our other videos. And so you can go ahead and find that Z400 power supply upgrade video, just in case you want to emulate, what we are doing by installing a 1080 Ti or maybe a 2080 or 2080 Ti. So you'll definitely want to do that upgrade if you plan to install a high-end graphics card. Now, if you don't really care about installing a 1080 Ti or a really high-end card, you can absolutely use the stock 475 watt or 600 watt power supply. Go to GreenPCGamers.com or click on that link that we put in the description. It'll kind of show you the cutoff of what graphics cards you can install with those stock power supplies. Or hit us up, comment below. We're happy to answer any questions you might have. Again, there's a prerequisite alert for this install, which is that 700 watt power supply. All right, so here's our workstation. Now this system is, again, it's going on 9 years old now. And then we have our Samsung NVMe.2 solid state drive and our 1080 Ti graphics card. Now here's a little bit of closer look at the NVMe drive. So it's just like a little memory chip that hooks onto a PCIe card. So that's the adapter, and there's the part number. And all of these part numbers are located on GreenPCGamers.com. So if we go too fast for you, you can go to that page and use it as a good resource. All right, so our 1080 Ti requires 6-pin and 8-pin auxiliary power, which is not going to be a problem because we do have the 700 watt power supply upgrade installed. We've got a DVI port, 3 display ports, and an HDMI port on this graphics card. All right, so go ahead and put your system on its side. Remove the side panel. It's toolless, which is awesome. No screws required. And then remove the memory baffle. All right, so you'll see our upgraded power supply. And then when we upgraded the power supply, it did require us to install an adapter, which was a 24-pin to 24-pin adapter that changed the pin out to make this power supply compatible with the Z400 system board. So there's the adapter. And that's all posted on GreenPCGamers.com. All right, so we do need to access our PCI slots. So we're going to remove the retention clip. And we're going to install the NVMe.2 solid state drive next. So you might ask, why would we install NVMe.2 solid state drive if we can't use it as a boot device? Well, that's okay because we can still use it as a super fast secondary storage drive. So it's awesome for opening up large files, games, or programs. So basically, will boost your I/O speed on your old 9-year-old workstation. So if you can swing it, it's an awesome upgrade to open up those large games or CAD files or whatever you're using the system for. It'll breathe new life into your HP Z400 workstation. And on top of that, they're the fastest consumer grade drives on the market. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put our NVMe.2 solid state drive in the system. We do have to remove a PCI blank, and we're gonna mount it right above where the graphics card is going to go. All right, so that's installed, super simple. And now we're going to put our 1080 Ti graphics card in. Now this card is kind of heavy, so really all you need to do is line it up with the PCI slot, the 75 watt PCI Express 16, and let it kind of fall into place. All right, now that the card's installed, we'll put a retention clip back on. Now we need to plug in our auxiliary power. Now, because we have an upgraded power supply installed, it has two 8-pin power adapters, or they're 6 or 8 pin. As you can see, you can remove some of the pins. So we need one 8-pin, one 6-pin. We're going to plug those in. That's going to give us plenty of juice for our 1080 Ti, which requires a 650 watt or more power supply. So that's why you can't use even the 600 watt stock HP power supply. All right, we're going to install our plastic baffle, and that will clip back into place and be flush for the side panel. And then we're going to put our side panel back on. Now, the card can get kind of hot in the system with the side panel on, so I guess one of my recommendations would be to maybe leave the side panel off to allow for more cooling, or you could drill some holes in the side panel. So here's what the system looks like with the 1080 Ti installed in the back. Looks kind of goofy because you normally don't see a 1080 Ti in a 9-year-old workstation, but that's how we do it at GreenPCGamers.com. All right, so we booted into Windows 10, and the first thing we're going to do is go to NVIDIA.com, and we are going to install the latest driver for our GeForce GTX 1080 Ti graphics card. So you can use the auto detect feature, or you can find the driver manually. We normally find it manually. Click on GTX 10 series and find your 1080 Ti, start search, and go ahead and download the latest driver available, or if you have a preferred older driver, go ahead and install that. So, all right, so there's going to be an option when you go to install this, and they're going to ask if you want the GeForce experience, which we definitely recommend using. It's awesome for basically optimizing whatever games you have installed in your system. It's supposed to look at your hardware and optimize them based off of your hardware. It's mainly the GPU. So, all right, so we're going to enable our NVMe.2 drive. Right click on start, go to disk management, and we see our drive right there. Right click on it, make it a new simple volume. Click next, and we're going to let it be the E path, and then next, and then we're going to name it super fast drive. So remember, your C drive is going to be your regular SATA solid state drive. This is your super fast drive. So save all of your game libraries, large programs, or other files. Save them on this NVMe.2 solid state drive, because then you'll be able to open up your big files super fast. All right, so this is kind of a cool utility. If you use EVGA cards, and we mainly use EVGA as the manufacturer for our NVIDIA cards, they have this utility called Precision. And you can tweak this and mess around with overclocking your graphics card. We don't normally do any overclocking, but this would be a utility that would allow you to do that. You can modify your fan speeds. You can keep an eye on your GPU temperature. And if you do install an EVGA power supply, it'll also allow you to monitor the temperature on your power supply. So this is kind of a cool utility that you could install if you wanted to. All right, so we ran a benchmark using Furmark. So we did a 1080 stress test or benchmark, and we did a 1440. And now this is on this exact system. So the specs we showed you at the start of this video, this is what we ran this benchmark on. And this is pretty remarkable for a 9-year-old workstation. We had an average of 165 frames when running at 1080, and we had an average of 115 frames when we put it at 1440. And that's pretty insane, considering, you know, that there is definitely some bottlenecking going on, but the fact that you can put a 1080 Ti in a Z400 workstation and get those types of frames is pretty remarkable. So that's kind of cool to see. So I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Also, check us out on socials: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We do monthly giveaways on our GreenPCGamers.com Facebook page. All you have to do is like the page. And again, if this video is helpful to you, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching.